Alright, plain and simple. Who is suffering is not real. The suffering is real. The pain is real. It's very real. But the one who is suffering, the one who has the pain, is not real. Take any pain. Take any suffering that you might have right now. You might be suffering from a financial condition, a health condition of a loved one. You might be suffering after a breakup, or that you're lonely, or that you have the worst relationship ever on the world. You might be suffering just that when you go to bed at night to sleep, when you put your head on the pillow, you might be suffering that there are thoughts coming up like, what the fuck am I doing here? You might be suffering because you're ugly. You might be suffering because you were beautiful. And, life is suffering. This is real. Buddha said this, one of the four noble truths. The first one is that life is suffering, and this is the truth. Life is suffering for a human being. Life is suffering for a person that has a personality. Let's take any of the pains. Let's take one. Let's say you don't like the way you look, and you think that nobody would like you and take you like this, and you would have to become closer to a standard of beauty, something like that. The one who is suffering is the person that you think you believe that you are. The person who is in this society and that has conformed and accepted the rules of this game. And this game tells us there are certain conditions that we want to build ourselves up to so that we get something that we want. If that something that we want is a relationship or is the love of another, then we have to do certain things to get that. Actually, we are also told what to do to get that. We are told that to become a relationship worthy person, you have to do this, and you can find like a million different sources who would answer this question for you, and you will spend your life trying to do all the things that were told to you to become worthy of a relationship, and you would be just as clueless as you started this journey, because at the end you will say like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Nothing works. And you would be angry because you'll be angry at yourself because you would think that you're not very good at following the methods that were given to you. You're bad at this social game, and you would be angry because you're even unsuccessful in following the orders that someone else gave you. Let's go to the very root. The very root of this problem is that you believe that this character you're playing, this name that you're carrying, is real, and it is you, it is all of you. But the truth is, this myth, this story only exists in your mind. If you take mind out of the equation, your name, your personality, your characteristics, the story that you invested all of your resources in just disappears. So this has no reality. Your personality is just like any other myth. Like the state is a myth. There is a state, there are some rules, there is a society, but they're not real. These are the stories that we believe. I'm not saying that we should, or we have to, or it is better to not have these stories. That is such a naive claim. But I'm not saying that. I'm just stating the truth. The fact that we build societies, we build states, and we build personalities does not change the fact that they are lies. And that automatically does not mean that we should immediately relinquish them. When we are operating in society, with society's rules and with personalities that we built, anything that we say comes with a comparison, and whatever we say, because of that comparison, because that everything that we say implies that we're on some kind of a scale according to society, whatever we say, whatever we think would put us somewhere on some scale, and that would mean that we could go higher up, we could better ourselves, and the society would give us the path to go there. Let's take a life of an individual. We're born into parents that are so deep into this game. We go to schools, we are, let's take like the best case examples. We're loved, we're in schools, we're like not that much bullied, we get good grades, no like crippling health conditions, nothing like that, and we graduate from college, we go to like offices, we build our financial strength, and we build our physical strength, we build our social skills, and this goes on and on until death. Then family comes, children, other responsibilities, buying a house, buying cars, like million micro decisions that we have to make every day. This goes on until that, and nowhere in this timeline there is space for a human being to really look at what's going on, because it's so dense, it's so filled. Wherever you look, there are traps. Again, I'm not saying that we should not play this game. Actually, today, I think today somebody told me that if I am an antinatalist, Natalie? No, I'm anti-Natalie. No, I'm anti-natalist. But I mean, I don't know how to say it. I've never ever heard of that term until today when someone asked me that. And I looked it up, and it's the ethical standpoint that says procreation for human beings is not good, unethical, and should be stopped. I wonder which video or like which of my comments, because I don't know this guy. This guy either came through my YouTube channel or the comments that I'm making on Reddit. It's very, very interesting to me. And he was very polite, by the way. He was not like trying to like oppose my views, trying to cancel me out or like bring me down or something. Maybe he was an anti-natalist. I don't know. I don't have I'm certainly not that, and I do not hold any something-ist opinions. That does not sit right with me. I would get a nausea if I become something. If I am something-ist, because to become a something-ist, an activist, leftist, I don't know. That means you're so into this fucking personality game that you have built this structure so well that now you're very sophisticated at it, and you can actually call yourself something. You're so deep, you build it so well, you really chose the right arguments to build yourself up, and then you came to a realization that you are something-ist. And now this is it. And maybe now not this is, maybe you're very open-minded. I mean, I think like this, but maybe I become something else-ist next year. So maybe you are open-minded, but still you're playing the same game. And there's a difference when you know that you're playing the game and when you do not. Because if you know you're playing the game, then you have an outside lens. Then you know that you're playing this game that imagine you're playing Monopoly, but you don't fucking know that this is a game, that this is life itself. Imagine that when you are into this personality game, when you build yourself up, your name, your Instagram picture, your LinkedIn, your image, your career, and then you get that pleasure, that dopamine cycle is getting fed by the next achievement, by the next thing that you put into your personality. And this is so subtle, man. The thing that you put into your personality may not be money, may not be this apparent societally accepted thing. It might be what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now is putting videos on YouTube, and this in my mind's eye can be an image that I put out, can be building my personality. And as a person who is coming, who came into this society, who is fed by this society for decades, this is the truth. There is 100%, there is some part of me that is doing this because of the image value of it. But it is different when you know that you're in this game. It is different when you know that you're building a character from the outside and that you are free of it. I'm not saying that everybody who's free would not live in society, would go and live in a cave, in a monastery, in like by himself, isolated. A free person would do whatever he or she wants. And there is nothing to be said about that. And whatever I say here on this channel, or, you know, it hits the personality who is hearing. You would hear this and your personality would be like, that would be speaking to you. The thoughts that are in your head would be your personality speaking to you, your software, your programming speaking to you. Okay, when they will say, when a thought comes up and they says, this guy is right, that would be your personality. Or this guy is wrong, this guy is a jerk, he's stupid, he's handsome. That would be true. Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that it's not real. My personality, my name, all the things I have done so far and got me somewhere in society, everything that other people, when other people see me, everything that they think is my personality, and that is not real. That does not mean I will not build that personality. That does not mean I would choose to build a reputation. You know, I like to go to, you know, gatherings on time. And if I do that often, people would think of me like, okay, he would come when he said he would come. And that would build my reputation. And I would like that. I would like to have a reputation like that. But if I'm not aware that my personality is wanting it, my personality is desperate to have it, and my personality would crumble if people did not think that I was like punctual or I was good or something. You know, that's a very, very hard thing to accept for a human being, that he might not be good. Everything we do, everything we think in our heads, in our personalities, is an argument towards building a personality that would end up being a good person, ethically good. Nobody would think that they are wrong. Nobody would think that they're ethically doing the wrong thing. Everybody is good. Everybody believes that they are good. The problem is everybody believes that their personality is on a scale of good and bad, and they're on the good side. But nobody would dare to acknowledge that this is a game that we play. And when this truth is acknowledged, when this is acknowledged like this is a game, this personality is not real, it is a tool to engage with the society, and there is like no way around it, this is truth, that would change everything. That would make you stop. That will make you stop and say, what? Like, really? What I'm putting all my efforts in building this personality and becomes like someone in this society? I mean, are you telling me that this is not real? Yes, this is the truth. But since you're in the society, and if something inside you is touched by what I'm saying right now, you will immediately default to asking how, to asking what should I do now. That is like a sleight of hand of society. Because this truth does not come with a packaged how-to manual, with a course, or a 5-year payment plan of a high-end coaching. This doesn't come with that. And your mind cannot handle this. This is like a direct threat to your mind. Your personality consists of thoughts, stories, and these stories are the past. Your personality is the past. Whatever you experienced and whatever memories that stayed with you, and that memories are constructed by the mind. That memories are not facts. Your personality is not even a fact, and certainly not a truth. This is incredible. Wherever you look, if someone is saying you something, if someone is saying anything, immediately after that comes a how-to. You know, I mean, I like look at everywhere. Like, I am feeling lost. I am feeling pain. I am happy. My name is this. I live here. Everything I say, as I say these things, I'm watching my mind attach what to do next, attach to-do lists, attach how-tos, like where to look, where to go next. My mind is doing that. My mind is not able to stay in the fact that, for example, I am in pain. I am in fear. Immediately after that comes, how do I get rid of fear? I heard someone say, change your thoughts, then change your life. Like, you don't do the other way around. Man, like, think about it for just 1 second. Have you tried changing your thoughts? You cannot change your thoughts. You certainly cannot change your thoughts after I tell you to change your thoughts. This is just like good sounding words, pleasurable sounds to an ear that only wants to chit chat, that only wants to, that wants to stay exactly the same. That is the truth. If change the thoughts and change your life, if this resonates with your mind, because it will not resonate with you, it will only resonate with your personality, with who you believe you are. If this resonates with that you, that means you exactly want to stay where you are, because that will only be pleasurable to an ear that would only want to stay where you are right now. That is incredible. That is so 100% opposite to what is going on. What truth sits in this world is against everything. And this sounds dramatic. This sounds like I'm like whining or something. I'm not whining. This like almost amuses me. And I'm not trying to change anything. I do not have a goal in mind. I have a vision, but I don't like, I'm not trying to do anything here. I'm not trying to change you. I'm entertaining. I'm playing. I'm playing. Like, this video would stop and I would go back and I would feel, some kind of satisfaction because I did what I like to do. I'm not even sure if that is true or not. I'm not, like, that doesn't even interest me. But I'm not complaining. I'm not being dramatic. I'm just stating simple truths. Who is suffering is not real. And that is the truth.